I love Mike Hanson Archives.
You're ready to run.
It's Mike Hanson. Sorry to interrupt your YouTube watching here on some classic shows you're watching from years and years ago, probably 25 years ago. But I just wanted to remind you to be sure to subscribe if you're watching Mike Hanson Archives here on YouTube. We also have another YouTube channel called Hanson Archives, Hanson. We have Waco Archives. We have Joyce Isaacs Archives. And to pay tribute to Chris Ritter and the Jimmy Ritter Trailer Park Show Archives. Also, if you'd like to support us here on this channel here, please send $25 and I'll send you a signed copy of my book, Bohemian Grove, Cult of Conspiracy. Send it to P.O. Box 481, Gonzales, Texas, 78629 is the zip code. If you'd like to call us, you can put it on a credit card if you get a hold of the secretary at 830-672-3089. Okay, we'll get you right back to YouTube, or if you're watching on Facebook, some classic Alex Jones, Jeff Davis, or whoever's on it. And we got a buggy over there. Alrighty. Doing this plug live from San Antonio. Can you see the Hemisphere Tower right there? I remember going to that Hemisphere Tower in 1968 when it was first opened. It's a beautiful city here. Some beautiful buildings in the city too. There's a nice building down there. Alrighty. Thanks a lot and God bless. We'll see you next time.
It is the best and most comprehensive book on Bohemian Grove, and it's written by Mike Hanson, my old camera guy.
Mike Hanson Archives.
You're ready to run. I can drink it.
You do need to get him on the
I'm trying to get you on Art Bell.
Mine. Hey, they won't interview me though. I'm a talk show host. You won't do it, Mike. Hey, listen, here's the keep right on. Yes, sir.
We're not out of money. We got $600 left. They want to inflate. They went to get the rich kids. Next big project. Man, that looks so good. Ed, take some.
You know how hard it was for you to find that bullet terminating your life?
How's it go all day?
Hey, take it easy, kid. All right, you guys out of here?
Yeah.
Jumping into hyperhead, you've been here 95 times?
I don't get up South Austin often enough to hear it that much. Yeah, you need to turn it up, man.
You
Yeah.
know where it's at? It's like a forest house.
Yeah. And plus, dude, we just raised the tower at free radio another 25 feet. That's what you want. You hear it all the way up.
Okay, we'll make a run down the driveway then.
But I see Mark, that means he's a digging or something.
You know when it's painted, it makes all...
Boy, doesn't that make it look good?
What's the electric company?
$1.45 a gallon.
Live.
REC.
I've got it.
What's that?
I've got it.
We need to call
I've got it.
for
I
inspection.
just ain't giving it to Mike.
I'm just sorry. All the attention 97.1. Yeah, the fucking station sucks. The only station that's got it.
Best radio station in town, man. Compare the music to KLBJ or fucking any of those music stations, dude. The best music.
Let me tell you, 97.1. Micro
Yeah, have it so.
Oh, nothing to fix, nothing to person. It's horrible.
Yeah, he's
Horrible communist garbage.
Nobody waits. All from out of state. Off. We're off them off.
Thursday or Friday, you'll have money to
If we get
Can't get nobody from waking up.
Angie.
I agree with you. Call in on the show, remind me.
Well, no. The outside is pretty much done.
Stickers, info.
Yeah, hold that up. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, great. Got it.
No, but you, man.
Let me do that again.
Actually, I shouldn't have done that. Sorry, dog. There you go.
out there. We're going to have to send the meat to wherever you deliver.
Who's going to be here?
As far as I know, just me.
So that Ed Homan is a trooper. Wonder where that PowerPoint individual is.
Yeah, in fact, I remember that's the first thing that I heard. I guess it was Edna. That's the first thing I ever heard her say. I met her in Austin, yeah, and she was real upset because some reporter had interviewed her and twisted it.
They come so friendly, and we think, you know, they're trying to help, but they twist everything we say.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing we don't do.
Well, some people, most of them, you know.
Yeah.
Especially the government media.
Oh, really? The government media?
The government media.
Who's the government media?
I don't know.
Oh, you mean like CBS and
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Right.
yeah, they're the government media, all right.
Scott doing on the road?
I guess he's grading it, you know, to smooth it out from all the ruts from the rain. How long do you think it's going to take y'all to weed this whole thing, Ofelia?
My mother and I usually weed up, and takes us, well, you know, we get all the weeds off from one tree, from some trees, and then by the time we finish, the ones that we got first,
You have to start over again. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have to do it a few times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it looks nice though when it's weeded like that.
Yes, it is. They do look nice. Oh no, he's gonna come and get me.
Alex?
Yeah.
Well, sure. That's okay. Just talk like you were talking to me, Ofelia. That's all you have to do, really, is just talk just like he asks you something and there's no camera there. That's all. Go ahead.
Pronounce your last name again, I have trouble with it. How do you pronounce your last name again?
Santoya.
Santoya.
Wait a minute. Is it supposed to be blurry on here, Ed?
No.
Why isn't it? Or is it just...
Are you recording yet?
Yeah.
Well, go ahead and stop it.
All right. Go ahead.
There's a car go by.
Well, what are you gonna ask?
Oh, just about what you think about the church getting rebuilt, and about the trial, and what you think of the federal government. You ready, Mike?
Mm-hmm. And about a family out here too.
Ofelia Santoya?
Yes.
I'm just bad. I can hardly pronounce any names.
Santoyo.
Santoya.
Santoya.
Cool, that's a pretty name. I like it. We're here talking to Ofelia Santoya. She's a surviving Ranch Davidian. We've gotten a chance to get to know her over the years out here, but she's really helped us, even in the first days when it was really hot out here, to pour the foundation and now get the church to where it's at. Ofelia, what do you think of the church rebuilding program?
I think it's wonderful. I really like the church. It looks so beautiful.
When you first heard about us talking about rebuilding it, did you think we'd really do it?
Yes. I never doubted it.
Wow. Because you knew Mike going way back, didn't you?
Yes.
The cameraman?
Yes.
Are you surprised that the government hasn't offered to help or hasn't done anything?
Oh, yes. I am.
You thought they would come out and help?
Right. Yes.
Why would you say that?
Because, well, you know, all the damage they done to us. They destroy everything we had, and they destroy even our families and even ourselves, you know, because we have gone through a lot since then. My mother has been so sick since then. She's been so depressed, and she almost committed suicide. She was so depressed because of the loss of our family.
How many members of your family died?
6.
Who were they?
My only daughter, and
What was her name?
Julie Martinez, and all her kids. There were 5 kids.
They had an opportunity to come out. Why did they decide to stay?
They were afraid. They were afraid to come out because you know what? We were looking at all the damage they were doing to us, and they were destroying everything, and so we were afraid to come out.
Well, I know a lot of people were afraid to come out. In fact, the federal government even admits, the military admits that the tactical teams on the ground during the siege, when they would tell people to come out and get some letters from their lawyers or letters from the government, and that they would throw flashbang grenades at them. Did you hear about that?
Yes.
You talk about damage. What type of damage were they doing with the tanks?
Well, they were destroying all our cars, and they were destroying all around the kids' motorcycles, all the toys, and you know, the kids used to have how do you call it?
Go-karts.
Yeah, go-karts and motorcycles, and a lot of toys, and they used to have you know, a sandbox where all the kids used to play. They destroyed that, and they destroyed all our gas tanks. They broke everything.
Clive Doyle and others have talked about them destroying all the cars.
Yeah, they destroyed all the cars, all our cars.
This is a right-wing dog, isn't it? You better send in the BATF. Well, that's horrible to hear that you lost 6 members of your family. When you watch the television news, are they telling the truth?
No, I don't think so. No, that most of them they don't say the truth. You know, and when people have interviews, they always try to twist things we say. That's the reason why I don't like to have interviews.
In fact, this is the first interview you've done, isn't it?
Yeah, I've done you know, short talkings, you know.
And of course, you've been on my radio program.
Yeah, I think once.
Jack the Mongol Beagle is also being interviewed right now. Well, last question, Ofelia, and I appreciate you talking to us out here. Well, first, before I ask you that last question, what are you doing here?
Well, I'm trying to weed up all the trees for the memorial, April 19th.
And of course, that's to, I guess, remember what happened on April 19th, 93 with the BATF.
Yes.
Ofelia, the last question. We appreciate you taking time out to talk to us. Ofelia, why do you think the federal government did what they did when they knew that you guys were peaceable and that David Koresh had invited the BATF out here before? Why do you think they did it?
Well, I don't know. They I think they had a plan because you know, if they wanted to get Dave Koresh, they could have got him himself only. But they probably had their plans to get everybody else, you know.
Well, I'd say they failed, haven't they?
Yeah, because David Koresh, they could have got David Koresh because he used to always run around the property and he used to go to town, and they could have gotten him himself. I mean, only David.
Didn't the sheriff's department and other people come out here and fish in the little ponds and lakes? And,
yes, they used to come.
Well, tell the people. I mean, it's on the record. The local police, the sheriff's department, they would come out here and fish and shoot their guns, wouldn't they?
Yes, they used to come.
I tell you, that's just wild. So, I believe that the reason they did this was to get everybody used to the military and the police going in and killing communities of people. Would you agree with that? Or?
No, not at all. No. I think that's horrible.
No, I mean, not if you agree with it or not, but I mean, Ofelia, do you think this was what happened here in '93? Do you think this is all part of training the American people to accept this type of police state activity in the future?
Yes, I think so.
It's just terrible.
Yeah, it's sad.
Well, I say they failed in destroying your community because there's a new church being built, nearing completion here in February. In fact, February 28th, anniversary of the 51 days cranking up. Starts tomorrow. Ofelia, you lost 6 members of your family. How many people survive?
How many people survived? I lost track. But quite a few. Most of them are in prison.
Do you have family in prison?
No, I have friends.
So it's just you and your mother, and you have a son, correct?
Yeah, but he wasn't here.
Yeah.
He wasn't here.
So it's your mother, you, and your son?
Yes.
Well, that's too bad. Well, I'll let you get back to work out here. We've brought some extra fertilized dirt out here.
Oh, yeah. That's going to help a lot. And we sure appreciate that.
Oh, no, I appreciate you, Ofelia. It's just, what? We're talking to Ofelia Santoya. And Ofelia, to Americans out there that still believe the government's lying that you guys were bad people, what type of people are Branch Davidians? What was going on out here in '93? How would you describe life here?
Well, everything was peaceful. These were the happiest days of my life, believe it or not. We were so happy. And I was very, very happy to be here.
Was everybody nice to each other?
Yes, yes. I've never seen anything like this before. You know, people from all nationalities, all cultures. We used to get along so well, like brothers and sisters.
We know that the federal government for several months before the attack, the initial attack by the BATF and the National Guard helicopters on February 28th, and of course this is the anniversary of that day, we know that they were staying in the houses across the street. Do you remember the story that Clive and others have told me about how the people that owned the property before the federal government moved in actually asked you guys for help and for free? A bunch of men went over and helped them fix it, and then they were surprised to see men with guns going in there and staying?
Yes. Yes,
Can you tell us a little bit about when the feds moved in across the street?
Well, they when they moved, they said they were students. They were university students, and but David never believed, and so you know we started getting acquainted with them, and David used to send people there to try to help and make friends with them. And they started to come over here to us, to visit us. I'm not sure if they came first, because they wanted to find out about what's going on here. And I don't know much about it, that, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were people there.
All right. Well, Ofelia, thank you so much for talking to me today. I appreciate it.
I wanted to say something else, but I forgot. Very important.
No, say it. Very
Go ahead,
important.
I'll get.
But
Say it real loud so they can hear.
But I forgot.
It's nice out here, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Did you guys used to catch some big fish out of there?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of big fish in there. We used to fish.
Well, what about the slander of what they told about her family and her friends? That needs to be said. Say that out.
Ofelia, did it anger you to hear all the lies that were being told about the Davidians during and after the siege?
Oh yes, of course I was. I'm so upset.
What were the feelings you had at the time?
Well, I was very upset, very sad. It was a very sad situation.
Were they lying?
Oh yes, they were lying.
What were some of the lies they told?
A lot. I can count.
Oh, you can't count the lies? Okay.
They lied so much, all the way till now.
Still lying.
Yes.
Well, thanks a lot for joining us, Ofelia. How long were you in? How many days of the 51?
I was there until March 21st. So.
That's quite a long time. That's 23, 24 days?
Around there. My daughter didn't want her kids to go out because she was scared. She was so scared to send them out. You know, and you know what they did to the kids? They spoiled them. They spoiled those kids. They used to send some videos, and we used to watch them. And they were jumping on the couches and having some ice cream and all kinds of junk food. And you know, we didn't feed those kids anything junk food.
Well, that's good for them, to not feed them junk.
That's good.
Any last things you'd like to say for the people that'll be watching this on TV in Austin about what happened here?
You need to ask her about where she was the first day. That needs to go on first.
Where were you the first day on February 28th, 7 years to the day of where we're sitting here? What happened on that morning?
Well, I remember we had breakfast, and then I remember being in the church, and I saw when the trailers with the trailer with all the agents came, and when they arrived, I was in the church, and David came and said, what are you all people doing here? Go to your rooms. And I went to my daughter's room upstairs. It was just the closest room. I didn't want to go to my room and be by myself. So I went to my daughter's room, and I saw everything. You know, when they start shooting at Barry and David, and that's still in my mind, like if I, you know, it was yesterday.
Just like it's yesterday?
Yeah.
What did you see? Who fired first? You're seeing men run towards the church. What happened?
They fired first. They fired first. I saw them.
How did they, describe it. Describe it to the people watching.
Well, I remember when they when David told us to go to our rooms, I went to my daughter's room, which was upstairs above the foyer, and then I went straight to the window. And I saw the agents coming through, with their guns out of the trailer, and they went straight inside the gate. And David was at the door. And they just started shooting. I heard David saying something, but I couldn't hear what he was saying. But later on, I learned that he was saying that to wait, that there was children, women and children there.
Did David bring a gun to the door?
No, he didn't.
Well, we know
I didn't
it's
see it. When he told us to go to our rooms, I didn't see David with a gun in his hand. He was in the foyer when I went up. I didn't see any hand on him. I mean,
so as the trailers are pulling in, coming down the little road here, to pull up in front of the church, and correct me if any of this is wrong, I'm trying to follow what you're saying. He tells everybody, get to your rooms.
Yes.
So as soon as you get upstairs, you see the trailers pull up and the men pile out.
Right. Yeah, when I went to my daughter's room, I went straight to the window to see, to look out.
How were the men dressed?
I think they were dressed in black. I think they were. I have forgotten a lot of things, but I think I'm pretty sure they were dressing in black.
Ofelia, can you go into some detail of them shooting? You say you saw them shoot first. Describe what happened.
Well, they shot first. I'm not sure if they shot first because according to what I saw, they shot first because when they came out of the trailer, that's when they shot first. Because David and Perry didn't have a gun in their hands.
Now the trailers pull up.
The helicopters, I don't know.
As soon as they pull up, as soon as the BATF pulls up and gets out of the trailers, how long were they out of the trailers before they started shooting?
They were pretty close to the gate, so immediately when they went in the gate wasn't the front yard wasn't real big.
So you'd say about 10, 15 feet to the front door.
Around there.
And they started firing as soon as they came to the gate.
Yes.
How were they firing? Like this? They have their guns up?
Yes.
Did you see the flashes, gunfire? Or did you get down?
I can't remember.
What about the dogs, Alex?
Yeah, they shot the dogs.
Say that again.
I think that they shot the dogs first. Well, some of them shot the dogs, and some of them started shooting David and Perry.
So you're saying they drive up in the vehicle, they jump out, they run up, and in 10 seconds they start shooting the dogs and shooting the front door and shooting the building?
Yes.
How long did the shooting go on until they put their hands up?
I don't know. Can't tell. But a few minutes? No, well, I don't know. I can't tell. I can't remember.
But you did see them shooting?
Yes.
How long did you see them shooting? Did you get down after that?
Yeah. What I would like to say is about the helicopters shooting.
Okay.
The helicopters, I didn't see them. But when we went in the room, I was standing by the window, looking at those agents shooting, and then my daughter came in the room because she wasn't there, and she got me by my hand and pulled me down to the floor, and all the kids, she threw them down on the floor, and.
So you were shocked watching the men outside shoot. Your daughter pushed you down.
Yes, because the shooting was coming also through the ceiling.
Did you see any holes in the ceiling?
That's why she threw us on the floor.
Did you see any holes in the ceiling?
Yeah. Oh yeah. The room was like a strainer. It was full of holes.
The room was like what?
Like a strainer.
A strainer? A sieve?
It was, yes. It was. There was so many holes in the room. I don't know how we didn't get killed then.
By the grace of God.
Yeah.
Now, Catherine
because
Madison.
We were on the floor.
Now, Catherine.
And the shooting was coming through the ceiling and through the walls also. And I remember there was bunk beds. There were bunk beds, and my Bible was on top of it, of the bed, upper bed, and they shoot it. They shoot my Bible. It had a big hole like this, my Bible. And I remember when I went out, I asked David, should I take my Bible like this? And he said, yeah, take it as an evidence. But when I got there, they took it away from me. And I had another Bible, a new Bible.
Oh, so they took your old Bible with the large hole.
Yes, and they took my new one too. And I never got it back.
How big was the hole in the old Bible?
Oh, it was about this big. About this big.
Where were you taken to jail? Where did they take your Bible?
I don't know. They took it away from me. That's all I know.
Well, Ofelia, thank you very much for talking to us.
You're welcome.
Do that again.
Ofelia, thanks a lot for talking to us.
You're very welcome.
That's an incredible story.
God, that is such a beautiful view here. It's beautiful.
I gotta go where he's gonna
That interview was absolutely fantastic.
We're gonna review it again sometime. Come on,
we need.
She does so good.
I know.
She helps out with a lot of money.
Oh, yeah?
She helped with the stage. Build the stage up. Last week or before?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's all runs together for me.
Oh, she works like a horse.
Yeah, I know. I am a horse. This looks so. Not in the front, huh?
Not that I know of.
Nobody's ever heard Ophelia's story about what happened the first day.
Well, you know what? I've seen you on court TV, and it was just as you were going up onto the van there, where they had you all arrested and everything, and you started trying to say something there, and they pushed you up in the van.
We got a good interview with her with the first man. Boy, they need to hear it. She saw him shooting and everything. They came in shooting. Correct? We didn't have anything.
And I'm sorry you have to be out here taking care of 80 memorials for people that should still be alive.
Yeah. Look at them there.
To another office, and that's when they started asking me questions. And that's when they told me that I was in hot water. And then when I didn't say what they wanted me to say, then the same lady, turned red. She was so mad, and she tells me, you know, feel like you're in hot water? And I said, oh, I didn't know. and then she says,
you didn't do anything, tell her.
And then she turned before she was like a little lamb, but later on she was like a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
She was like a
That's
lion.
the way most prosecutors are.
Yeah. And she turned red. She was so mad.
Well, how dare you not cooperate with the people that would kill
But they never
everyone
did
you know.
They never did let you on the stand, did they? Did they ever let you on the stand to testify?
No,
You
no.
didn't test. Catherine or you didn't testify, right?
No.
See, that's ridiculous. They saw what went on out here and they didn't even get to testify.
Well,
But that's why.
Yeah, I mean, why would they want eyewitnesses? They're
Yeah.
contradicting
We
what
didn't have any
the ATF wanted to put
Yeah.
out.
We didn't have witnesses.
You know, one of the days, this truth is going to come out here, and it really is. When we make this
The
video,
truth is already out there. It's just whether or not the people want to accept it.
when Alex and I make this
I mean, this
video,
great big federal
are you
government
doing?
that gives everybody
We're gonna
money,
make a video about
and they want to
Waco.
really believe that they're
That's what you're working on now? Yeah.
responsible for something so
Right.
evil.
See, nobody's ever heard in the mainstream has not heard what Ofelia had to say. She saw what happened.
Ofelia.
Right here, Ofelia.
Where were you?
She was above, looking down.
So you were in
there.
the upstairs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was, that's a foyer right here. There's a church and then the foyer. And David told us to go to our rooms. Instead of going to my room, my daughter's room was above the foyer. You know,
So you were in the front, upstairs.
Looking down.
So
You
I
saw
went-
him shoot the dogs?
No, I didn't see them
But
shoot
you
the
know-
dog.
you knew
But
they
I
did.
heard the dogs, you know, when they were being shot.
Yeah.
And then they put him. Later on, they told him that I think they told him to take them away before they run before our eyes.
Yeah.
And you know what they did? They put them right in front in line like this, all until they got right.
That's in the new video. New Revelations, you see the picture in the New Revelations.
Don't worry, we'll steal the picture and put it over what she's saying.
It was so painful looking all those
Gotta have our own propaganda.
Yeah,
That's damn straight.
Yeah.
destroying all our things.
I still don't think the new video is as good as it can be. It has to be all our way. And all Davidians giving their side of the stories. We've already heard the governments over and over. We're tired of hearing that.
Well, I mean, it contradicts itself. At first, you know,
Yeah.
they weren't shooting at all. Now, finally, they admit, okay, well, we were shooting a little bit, but that was for, you know, I don't remember what they said it was, you know, for. It was something beneficial to them, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Ophelia,
how could they
what
let,
was
you know,
painful?
anybody
Watching that on film, or are you talking about back when it happened, watching them do it?
Let me charge this up.
I don't get your question.
All right.
Well, you said it was painful to watch them destroying all your
Yes,
things.
because they were running the tanks over our cars.
Yeah,
It was psychological warfare.
Yeah.
yeah.
And everything. The toys, you know, the kids' toys,
Yeah.
all
It
the
was
motorcycles.
to make you think that you had no power at all.
Right. They did.
Or-
What did they do?
They mooned us.
I mean, sick high school football game type of stuff that they did
And-
there. Totally
and-
immature.
And they used to go like this to us too. You can't.
And those were the people you were supposed to send your children out to, huh?
Yes.
Just people you were supposed to trust to make things right.
Yeah, they were the good people, weren't they? Yeah, right.
so-called.
Yeah.
It's a good thing we knew better. Right. But the whole thing is once they say it on a TV like that, the rest of the idiots, like me, myself, I was up there in Buffalo, New York, watching it, thinking, oh, these people, you know, they're crazy. You know, I'm glad the FBI's here. And it wasn't 7 years later until I finally come down and seen, you know, what's here and seeing you people here. You're just ordinary people.
See the chemtrails over here?
And you had this happen to you. What?
What about this big?
The public storage kind of.
Okay, hold your hands further down so that, yeah. Or let's see.
What's the name of the road were you coming in?
Doubly Ranch Road.
Yeah, Doubly Ranch Road. I remember that.
Hello folks, it's Mike Hanson here. Sorry to interrupt your viewing here on YouTube or Facebook, but I just wanted to remind you to push that subscribe button there on Mike Hanson Archives on YouTube. We also have Hanson Archives. Our new ones are Waco Archives, Joyce Isaacs Archives, and Trailer Park Show Archives right here on YouTube. And to support this station, be sure to look at one of our ads on this station here and send $25 and we'll send you a signed copy of Bohemian Grove Cult of Conspiracy, written by myself, Mike Hanson. And if you would like to write us, our address is P.O. Box 481, Gonzales, Texas 78629. Our phone number is 830-672-3089. All right, be sure to hit that subscribe button right there to your right or left on YouTube. And if you'd like to join me on Facebook, it's Mike Hanson from Gonzales, Texas. All right, back to 25 years ago. Hope y'all are enjoying the show. Thanks a lot and God bless.
It is the best and most comprehensive book on Bohemian Grove, and it's written by Mike Hanson, my old camera guy.
Mike Hanson Archives.
Hello, folks. This is Jeff Davis with the legendary Jeff Davis Show from Central Texas, USA. And I love Mike Hanson Archives. Peace out, baby.
Hello, it's Mike Hanson, your good Facebook buddy and YouTube buddy. Here's Jeff Davis, my great friend. We're not social distancing. See, we're in 2020 now. Tell me about 1995.
1995?
Well, that's what we're watching right now, Jeff.
You caught me off guard with that. I don't know anything of what's going on in 19. Oh, about how the technology is going to bring world peace.
Just give him the shade here.
That's
Come
true.
on back.
Yeah, this fella and myself were in the Channel Austin TV studios in Austin, Texas, public access. About 1995,
96, 97, 98, 99.
And I said to Mike Hanson, we were in the control room, and I said to him, Mike, you know, I don't know anything about this internet too much of what people are talking about, but if it turns out to be anything like people are talking about, it could bring world peace and liberty. And guess what, folks? On this date, 6 June 2020, we're heading into world peace and liberty.
We hope so.
No, that's 100% guaranteed. Jeff Davis Show, official prediction. And as you know, Mike, Jeff Davis Show has been deadly accurate on predictions. Great callings, Orwellian police states, Fed bank fleecing. But this prediction, Jeff Davis Show prediction, is going to bring the greatest world peace and prosperity in the history of the world. That's it.
Well, don't tell those protesters, because I actually told them, live and let live yesterday, and almost got beat up.
Those protesters, those people out there at them rallies, just keep on going, baby, because we're marching our way right into a better place in this world.
We hope so.
Jeff Davis Show knows so just keep marching away and keep just keep going and going with love and peace, and before you know it, we're going to have heaven on earth.
We're going to get right back
That's
to
it, baby. Peace.
We're going to take you back to 1996, folks. We'll see you later.
Peace, baby.
God bless you.
That's it.
Well, hello, folks. Mike Hanson here. Oh, God save me. I just want to let you know what I'm going through. I'm going through Wyla's archives. She spent a lifetime, or at least the last 30 years, taping Ruby Ridge and Waco and other things. In fact, I got the whole hearings here on the Ruby Ridge, and also have Chris Ritter's state archives with all her life works from the TV shows, and also Alex Jones, Jeff Davis, and everybody else. This is just part of, this is Wyla's here, just part of it. All these are full of videotapes. I'm trying to go through it and get the most important stuff for the Branch Davidians, like stuff that David Thibodeau spoke at, Catherine Madison, Sheila, and all that, and trying to get it up. But it's very hard. You got to put these videotapes, you got to put them, you got to transfer this over to the computer, and then it's got to be edited, and the tapes have got to be cleaned up and all this kind of stuff. And it probably, one of these tapes right here probably takes about 2 days. And of course the technology's way over my head at this point, so of course I had to hire people to do it. It's costing a lot of money. So I don't know if I'm even going to live long enough to get this out to the public, but that's what my goal is. Here's Wyla right here. That's Wyla right there with Catherine Madison. Can you see that? That's my good friend Wyla. These are all her tapes, full of tapes, thousands of them. And there's Miss Catherine. I miss her dearly. There's Sheila, Clive, David Thibodeau. It's just overwhelming. I heard David say that that was a different lady with the, I always thought that was Ophelia's trailer that got ran over by the tank. But Ofelia was posing by it, so I just assumed it was hers. Maybe she was living in it too. Okay. Really trying out here. If anybody has any knowledge of transferring VHS tapes over and getting them on the internet, I could use the help, really, to be truthful. But I don't want to just start giving these tapes away, because I've been entrusted to get this stuff out to the public, which I'm going to do. I hope to live another 20 or 30 years. That's what it's going to take, maybe, to get all this stuff out. Oh, it's a lot. This is just some of it, folks. I got a whole nother big storage room with stuff in it. And it's really going to take a lot of work to get this stuff out. So, but what I got up so far is, if you go to Mike Hanson Archives, the new one I'm trying to get all the Waco stuff out on is Waco Archives. I even got another lady I used to work for, Joyce Isaacs Archives. And we got the Trailer Park show archives. I got all her archives too. Chris Ritter passed away a couple of years ago. And I want for her legacy to get all that out on the internet too. It's going to take a month of Sundays to get all this stuff out of here. But that's why I'm using my book sales to fund it. It cost me about $600 a week, plus thousands of dollars worth of equipment to get just a couple 3 or 4 tapes out a week, and that's pushing it, to get it out on the internet. So any help would be appreciated. Even if you have the technology, you know, you can use my office, and you could even stay in the motel for free down here if you could give some time to try to get this out on the internet would be great. But I'm trying out here, folks, and I promise these poor souls that passed away that you know, it's not, their time's not going to be wasted, because Wyla really has spent her whole life getting this Waco collection together, and so did Chris Ritter, and of course I want to get all of the Jeff Davis shows and the Alex Jones early shows out on the internet for history also. We also have Bob Dacey, Steve Lane, George Humphrey, Joyce Isaacs. We got a bunch of archives here that needs to get out, and sometimes it's overwhelming. I just have to do one thing at a time. Alrighty, our phone number here is 830-672-3089, and our office is, this here is an undisclosed location here, because I had some really bad people try to burn me out when they found out I was discussing Waco. People still don't know the truth about it. When they find out the truth, they'll understand why it's good to get the truth out to the American public, that they were lied to. Our other office is at 103 St. George, right at the highway. Okay, folks, thanks a lot, and God bless. If you could do any help, it would be great. Even if you want to just send a little donation to help in the labor it costs to get this stuff out. I'm at P.O. Box 481 in Gonzales, Texas. Thanks a lot, and God bless.
Anybody want to come up here? All right, that's it. All right, who wants to lead? Let Gene go. Go ahead. Yes, sir. All right. Yell it out.